where the money sits. Contingency funds. So this is just more showing. So it's just showing more of where we've taken our contingency funds and moved them within the budget. I would be more than happy if anybody has any questions on anything specific or generic.
It looks like the difference was right at, it decreased by 1%.
So we did have the only decrease on there is in capital. They didn't like the number that I put out there, so they actually decreased our capital budget. But we've been operating off of that assumption since November.
It's pretty small, anyways.
Okay. Motion?
I'll move to approve the budget revision number 1.
I second.
Any more comments?
Mrs. LaFever,
Yes.
Mrs. Amarias,
Yes.
Mr. McGivern, Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Osterman.
And I'm a yes. And the next item is just a discussion item on some upcoming bids.
So just kind of wanted to give the board an update of what we're looking at as far as some of our capital needs for the upcoming school year. We are getting bids for coffee machines throughout the district. We're going to replace every single one. That way, everything has the same time frame on it. It's all got the exact same length of time as far as service contracts go. And it alleviates any confusion of is this one under a service contract? So it's just going to combine down our not so much our cost, but just making it easier to understand where we're at in the lifespan of each one of these coffee machines.
Okay.
So we've got that coming up. Also, I'm in the process of putting together the RFP for audit services. This last audit was the last of our 5-year contract, so we have to go out for that again. And with this, there is a specific RFP that has to go out, as well as a specific contract that has to be given. And that's all provided by the Auditor General's office, which I made a copy of in your packet there as well. So we've got those 2 bids that are coming up.
What's RFP?
Request for proposals.
Okay.
On the copiers, we buy those or lease them?
We will purchase them.
Is that what we've done in the past? We've always purchased them?
So some of the machines that we currently have were leased, some were purchased. Again, it goes back to that, which one am I making a lease payment on?
Oh, yeah.
So it just makes it just clean and easy and simple.
Cleaner record keeping for it.
Yes.
Did you do like a pros and cons of each cost?
We actually on Wednesday, was it Wednesday? Because you were trying to get a color copy machine.
Last Wednesday.
Yeah. So we had 3 different vendors actually come out and walk the campus with us, looked at every machine that we had. And we were able to tell them that, okay, for this area here, it needs to be able to have this function, this functionality, this functionality. So they're all in the process of putting together proposals, and then we'll put together a bid committee and take a look at those, and
Nice.
we'll make a decision based off of those bids.
And they come with maintenance contracts and all that
Yes.
fun stuff.
Yes. And I've even talked them into giving me trade-in values for the current machines, that way I don't have to take them to auction.
Great. Good idea. Because you get pennies.
Yes. Somebody's gonna pay $10 for 9 copy machines and take them to Mexico, sell them for $100.
Please. Okay. Anything else? Anything on the bids?
We did, Mr. Ferguson and I, we were talking, so one of the bidders, Conica Minolta, has a subsidiary, within Conica that does security cameras. So we are talking to them about upgrading and getting our cameras all under one umbrella versus having a couple of different systems. So we are talking with them, and they've got some pretty cool stuff that comes with these. Cool stuff comes with cool prices too, right?
Yeah.
One of the cameras that he was showing us, it's a $2,000 security camera, but it's got night vision on it, so you can see when people are walking up to the buildings at night. There's add-ons that you can have.
Face recognition.
Facial recognition, weapons. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff that can be added on.
Sure.
And integrating it with our door locks, so that, if a staff member were to walk up to the door, it would see their face and we wouldn't have to buzz them in, it would just automatically open. Or if it was somebody on a blacklist that we have, a custodial issue, or somebody that's coming up on some sort of a list, it wouldn't unlock the door even if you tried. So there's a lot of add-ons. And when you say add-ons, that means more money.
Right.
So that is something that we just started looking. We actually had the video call today. They're coming out sometime the week of the 5th to actually take a look at the campus and get us a better idea of what it is that they can do for us. And that is all I have as far as bids.
That will take us to unfinished business. About the 301.
Yes, so as we mentioned at our last meeting, in terms of having to make a few changes to the 301 plan, to be more general and not so specific in terms of naming actual committee members, because our goal is to put our plan on our website. So we met with the committee again, made a few changes, and I'm really happy with this plan because it really is going to help us work smarter, not harder, and be able to count some of the 301 meetings in terms of our Wednesdays, trainings, and collaborations and data digs that teachers are doing throughout the year. So you had a chance to review the committees that will still continue to operate, because we do feel that these committees are important and things that we do in our school that we would like to continue.
This says there's a 20% increase to base pay. It's not highlighted, so I'm assuming that's not new?
No, it's not.
That's a continuation of what's already on the plan.
I didn't remember that, but it's not surprising. Very good.
And this is an action item?
Yes. it's mentioned.
I'll move to approve the 301 plan for 23-24.
I'll second it.
Did you second?
No, Laura.
So I do have a question. Are there any teachers that choose not to participate? in
Yes.
301?
Yes.
Okay.
So do they not receive any of the money?
So the 20% is mandated
Okay.
by statute. So whatever each district chooses to attach to the base, every teacher gets that. It's whatever is left from that. So if we were to do 5% to the base and 95% in the performance pay, they would still be entitled to that 5%.
All right, thank you. Roll call.
Mrs. LaFever,
Yes.
Mrs. Amarillas,
Yes.
Mr. McGivern, Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. Oster.
Yes. And with that item out, we gotta do approval on the wrong page, sorry. The exciting first reading of ASBA policy 744-747.
So this is a first read for you to review, and we will present in June for approval. But as I'm looking at them, they are primarily discussing the fact that curriculum committees have to follow the same rule as the open meeting law. So apparently we made, every time we have a committee adoption, curriculum adoption committee, we will have to post those meetings, and my guess is that they don't want people discussing curriculum in isolation, that everybody at the committee hears the same information at the same time in order to make a informed decision when we are discussing curriculum. Which a lot of times when we have that process, we have our committee go back and report to the grade levels. And so I will definitely have to be doing some homework in that area in terms of making sure that we're following what
As
the
if,
recommendations.
the adoption of new curriculum didn't take long enough.
Right,
We're looking at another.
yes, yes. So that's, from what I read so far, but like I mentioned, I'll have to look into them a little bit further. The other ones, the other policy, 747, in terms of medication being administered, they're changing the language from physician to healthcare practitioner because so many kids see practitioners and they legally had not been allowed to provide the needed documentation to administer meds for school nurses. And there's also a lot of language in here on allowing teachers to administer medications and inhalers as needed. So please review them and then we'll discuss them further in June.
So since these are from the ASBA and they're not statute, they're kind of suggestions
Yes,
that if we adopt them, then it becomes policy.
yes,
So for the sake of argument, let's just say that we don't agree with the curriculum one. I'm just saying it up.
We have the curriculum available to the public for like 9 months.
I'm not speaking just to that one,
Yeah.
just in general to any of these policies that, so we have the
We don't
ability
have
to.
to adopt.
yeah. So for any of them, then that's when Mr. Urias would put on the policy bridge that we did not approve it, hence it does not become policy.
I'm all for transparency, and our curriculum has always been available for as long as I can remember. I just think the less red tape and the more power we give to the teachers to make those kinds of decisions.
And the reality, even when we post to the public, we may have, our parent advisory parents come review it because we've asked them to come and please look at it and we meet with them. But other than that, in the past, we may have 1 or 2 parents who come. And we're even trying to get our teachers who are not on the committee to come and look at the.
You are very encouraging of the parents and the public to come in whenever we have it out.
But I just wanted to throw this out there for you though. The whole reason why ASBA sends us policy advisories is because something happened in another district, and they're gonna lose a lawsuit. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, there's a reason why ASBA sends these out, even though we look at it as, well, this is just redundant, or, we already do this. There is a reason for having it in writing.
Yes.
This is really just a discussion.
Right, it's not actually.
Okay, so this is not an action item? Any other comments, guys?
Will we, get a copy of this, or where do we go?
You have it and it was,
Mine wasn't on my agenda that I
That was
got.
mine.
oh, it wasn't.
That's why I was asking.
Okay, so they did go through as attachments
It's under public content.
under first
Oh,
reading.
I wonder if it was under admin.
I can't get it to Word docs.
You have to get it through the website.
So we'll
Yeah,
make
it's
sure,
not. Or probably have to log into the Word docs to see it.
because it's showing up here on the screen, see as an
Probably just having
attachment.
it as a mistress shoots.
So we'll send it to you, we'll email it to you,
Okay.
okay?
Okay. Board and school events for the rest of this calendar school year.
So I will have, Ms. Urubiatis send you calendar invites to the promotion. Have you done that yet?
Sure.
Yes, you did, okay, perfect.
I'll be at the 8th grade one.
Me too.
And they're posted here for possible quorums, so
Okay.
if you want to just let us know, just make sure when you are present that you let us know you're there so we can make sure to do the proper introductions. We don't want you to get lost in the crowd.
Um,
Okay.
And I forgot to put May 16, Stephen's last reading birthday.
Oh, we have Nayeli and Mr. Osterly, their birthday twins.
Twins.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So I think we should
That's
sing.
why we're so little.
Let's sing happy birthday. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stephen Nayeli. Happy birthday to you. And happy Mother's Day to all of our special moms in the audience and on the board, on the
Right.
dais. Appreciate you.
And with that, any further discussion about anything you might like to see on a future agenda or just general comments about whatever's on your mind? Laura?
Just one teacher did come to me and ask me about possibly getting a dance team started here, knowing that Olivia's in dance. But other than that, Anza Trail has a dance team and they go do their showcases with all the other schools in town. And we were asked why we didn't have a dance team. So just throwing that out there, Mrs.
Sounds like you volunteering to
No,
start a club.
Mrs. Zabo said that she would help if that ever came to, she would help, and she has a daughter that would also be willing to help, so just throwing that out there. Uniforms, the girls said would be really easy, black leggings and Colt t-shirts, because that's what a hip-hop dance team would wear anyhow, so that would be really easy, so.
That's a great idea.
And the high school has a dance team, so that would make sense.
So that was why some of the past Colt students had said that when they wanted to be on the dance team at Walden Grove, they had zero or no experience prior to getting there. So
Yeah, well, it's not quite as competitive as it used to be, but it was very difficult to get into.
so
I don't think the Colts had a high acceptance rate.
that was something in with Olivia's experience with dance that she said, could you help get this going? And Olivia teaches already, so she's like, I can do it.
Awesome, okay.
Cool.
Our school year went by fast.
That's fast.
I'm glad still to be on this board. I'm looking forward to starting the new school year.
Looking forward to a couple months off of homework every night.
Mhm.
It's exciting.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait to get high school homework. And just so, well, you guys have all know Zoe, she got accepted for Walden Student Council.
Nice.
So she's very excited about that and thank you for a nice recommendation from Ms. Rico. But she's more thrilled than you can even imagine, so it's really exciting.
Mr. McGibbon, any words of wisdom tonight?
I'm sure that was
All right. Hey, thanks for dialing in.
Congratulations with Izzy's graduation and Cora's graduation.
Yes, you have a lot of graduates coming up. Yes.
Does that make me old?
Just a little, but you're good.
You're only old.
All
Yes,
right.
congrats.
With that, we'll take a break and sign some papers. Again, thanks, Drew, for calling in.
Where did signing does it go?
Right. Let me see how thick this is. If you don't mind, I can make it there by not spending money.
That would be nice. I'm looking at that.
I can try, but I can probably don't make everybody upset.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you, Sherry. Congratulations. Thank you. Yay.
I didn't even know that the field trip was on cruise, that's what we had.
She's been here since college. Sharon, how long have you been here?
This is I'll be starting my 24th year. 99.
Thank you very much.
94.
For sticking with
No, not
us.
anymore.
She's still smiling.
Still shows up.
That's awesome.
The other is saying, oh, yes, I.
We won't judge you, it's okay. It's okay. You're good.
My daughter.
Why are we saying this? Like,
She's gonna be here tomorrow for 20
Don't
days.
start
Do they
with me.
have numbers?
Do they have?
This one doesn't have a number on it?
Don't start with me.
They're blank.
I don't know.
Is there like any controls?
This is what's two.
Fun.
So this is their base. And then 3
The budgets, yeah. Feels like we're finished.
Keep it
We're
up.
gonna have words.
Keep it up. That wasn't a sweet nothing. I'm still in here.
Don't forget, when you get to the budgets, or you got it somewhere on the front page, and then.
Yeah, okay.
Because they'll finish graduating next week.
Yeah.
I see this and I want to.
No, not only
Fill it out.
high school.
High school, stepping out. High school.
Does he have his own? But does he have his own graduation?
Who, Jonathan?
You.
Me? My graduation, my commencement ceremony is in October. But I finished my program in July 9th.
But who, do you have another graduation you said?
No, Kinder. Oh, Kinder, Mindy's son.
Kinder, okay.
And then it's Miss Wilcox is the one I couldn't think of this morning, so you and I were talking about who the other. It's Wilcox, me,
What?
and I don't know anybody else. but
Oh, you know this.
Yeah, you got it, that's right.
Yes, she does.
Oh, on the front. Oh, I signed.
Yeah, it's front, on the front too.
I don't know anybody else.
Did you sign it?
No, they're high school graduates this year, I don't know.
So I know.
I couldn't, I was driving to get food. Zabo, that's right.
Lena Zabo.
We have her.
We're 99% DocuSign.
Are you really?
Except for the
The
seniors that can't see the fog on.
Does that mean you don't need a notary anymore?
There's a new thing now, it's like a notary on a Zoom. Stuff like that.
Yeah, they call it Ron.
And they you show your
Are you serious? I want that job.
Travel around. Christina, could you solve that?
I'm not doing that. I want to be able to sit there in my lounge chair. I heard you get 3 hours.
Going to the light of
We're going
life.
for Greg.
Just by moving on.
Go home.
Have a good night.
Drive safe.